how would you like to make your first million? And today we have René that is joining us. He's a business coach and he's in the path to achieve his first million. So René, tell us the 5 steps on the path to achieve the first million.
Welcome to Entrepreneurs Are Leaders podcast with Harry Sardinas. Interviews with world's most influential entrepreneurs that share tips about how to grow your business exponentially. Charismatic speaking, leadership, branding, marketing strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.
Yeah, thank you, Harry. First of all, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure and honor. Thank you for that. So let me briefly share the 5 steps on track to the first million. It's the number one is really clarity. It's you need to know where you're at, where you want to go to. That is super important, because if you're not super crystal clear of what you want and why you want that, everything else after that is going to be it's going to be horrible, and it's going to give you a lot of setbacks. So my first step was really getting very clear on what I want from life, of what I'm good about, what I'm enjoying, who I want to work with, and how, every day should look like. Like, when do I want to get up? What do I want to eat? Who do I want to spend time with? So really down to the bits and pieces of a day and a year. So you have that clarity. That was the first step. And the second step actually was, I have no idea how to get to it there, right? So I got myself a mentor, and I didn't, find the right mentor right at the first try, because I didn't spend enough time researching if that mentor was right for me, right? I was just like, oh, it's a very cool and great lifestyle, and it didn't work out. So I was thinking, why didn't it work out, right? And it was because, like, oh, that guy is not living the life that I want to live. And that guy did not make his money with the things that I want to do. So when I found the right mentor, everything fell in place, right? Everything was aligned. And then it went from there. And we worked on a strategy and a plan, which was step number 3. And then step number 4, which is way more important. It's, putting it to action and practice and doing it consistently, day in, day out. Even if you don't feel like doing it, even if it's not working, like, failing yourself forward, but you got to push through that. And that is why, the clarity and the motivation was so important from the very first step, because things happen, right? When I started my business a year later, the pandemic came around. And everything was insecure. So I really needed that strong, why do I want to do that, right? All my ex-colleagues were at work, getting payments, staying at home. I was like, nobody's giving me, a check that my business runs, right? And all that insecurity. So that was step number 4. And step number 5 really is, one of my biggest mentors is Tony Robbins. And he has this system called CANI, constant and never-ending improvement to get better, to deliver more value and add more value for your clients and community than anyone else. But that requires that you actually take a look at yourself and make yourself like very honest and transparent and say, okay, this was good. Let's not talk about that, but this sucked, right? And it kind of hurts at the beginning, but you're getting better with that. And when you notice that, okay, that was not so good, let's change it and make that better, take it from good to great, and be so honest with yourself. And also ask people like, did I do a good job? No hard feelings. Tell me what didn't work for you, and take all of that as fuel and make your business better. And then, profitability gets better. You get more clients, you get referred, and you make more money to have more impact, income, and freedom, which kind of are like my 3 guiding stars that guided me, right? So that are the 5 steps that I'm basically repeating every day in one or the other way.
And this story is fascinating. Yeah. I had the pleasure to talk about my book in one event that also Tony Robbins spoke here. We do have a picture together, and it's one of the most spectacular coaches on the planet.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the number 1 business strategic coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I'm a big fan. Yeah, and like I said, I have a pleasure to having near to me. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
So,
he's a great guy.
in several occasions actually. So, however, Rene, the a lot of people are in your previous the podcast we were discussing about that life at corporate, yes. Um, because honestly, corporate make you really comfortable, right? They pay you a lot of money. Yeah, they give you a 30-day holiday, but they pay you so well that you can go. The other day, I heard the story of some of my friends that they went on holiday to Madrid. Yeah, and wow, they spend the money in my sister was one of them on that holiday, and they spend a lot of money going to the most expensive club and to the most expensive restaurant, and they spend a fortune. Yeah, and I'm thinking, wow, they're going to holiday for a week, and they spend so much money in that holiday. Um, and then I was thinking, I'm like, wow, I finally realized that they're doing that because they don't have so much money holiday left. They were in corporate. They only have month holiday 22 days, so they only have 22 days of holiday. That's it. And you go a week to Spain. Who cares how much it costs? I'm gonna have a blast because I worked the whole year, and this is my only week. So, but in certain way, that could be something that people are comfortable. Yeah. The other thing, also something happened to me, like um, um, I dance salsa, and one of my friends said, "Harry, I'm going to India." I'm like, "Wow, you're going to India?" "Yeah, I'm going to India to see my family." And I said, "I'm going for a week." And then I'm in London and said to my friend, "Man, you crazy? How come you're gonna go to India for a week? Because when I travel for a month. When I leave out of London and I go to US, I go to Spain, wherever I go, or I go to speak international to Dubai, Singapore, we never travel for a week. You travel for a month. I'm thinking, wow, if I'm going so far, I better stay the whole month on holiday and or working or whatever doing there. But I never do a long trip for a week. And then my colleague told me, "Harry, I would love to stay more, but I only have 7 days left of holiday."
Exactly. That sucks.
And it hit me because I've been an entrepreneur for 17 years that my mind even forgot how actually it works. It's not my brain operating different way. If I'm going on holiday or whatever, if I'm going to work on a day trip, I'm going for a month, and my life is like that. And you do it for so many years that now you see things like this, and to me it seems strange. I'm like, why they go for a holiday? They blow so much money. What is the need? And when you think, I said, it's not about the need. It's about that's it. They don't have more day. They don't have more time. So
Yeah.
whether being an entrepreneur is completely a different approach. You do decide when do you want to rest, when do you want to work, and how many months of holiday you want to have, and what type of life you want to create, what type of life you want to live. Yeah. However, still, it's COVID. All your friends are getting paid. They're comfortable in the job. They're making money, and then you are sitting in your home, not receiving any money, and you're thinking, so how to go to back to a corporate job. So you need to have, like you said, a lot of clarity what you really want. How badly do you really want it to
Exactly.
to go out of the comfortable life of the corporate job? So how badly you want it to be
Exactly.
uncomfortable? Because it doesn't. Most of your friends haven't done it. Doesn't make sense to them. It's better to be comfortable. It's better to wake up 8 a.m., go to a job, do whatever you can, finish at 5. That's it. You make your money. Don't worry about it. Go and watch a movie. Go and watch Netflix. And next to the other day, you only have worries for 8 hours, which is when you are in that job. Whether when you're an entrepreneur, completely different ball game. It never ends. You have to. So, how badly you want to be uncomfortable, and
Yeah,
why, and
exactly.
why, and why?
Exactly. So for me, it was, and I bet a lot of your audience and viewers and watchers can relate to that. because it's like so the typical story, but just like you said, so little people are doing it. So maybe I can inspire some with what I've been through. I don't want to make it look easy or carelessly, but I want to make you see that it's possible. So maybe you can relate to that. Every time Katja and I were traveling, we are from Germany, Europe, and we love it here. And before the pandemic, we were like, oh, we want to migrate to Florida one day. Now, with the latest moments in history and stuff like that, we will keep, stay here and travel a lot, still going to sunny places. But each time we visited Florida and California and we're traveling, you sit at the airport when you go home and you're like, we got to do something that we don't need to go back to that job, right? It's always on your mind, but it's not working for a lot of reasons. And then when that one night when we watched Tony Robbins' documentary, it's like, hell yeah, right? There's no such thing as passive income, because to have passive income, you got to work your butt off and create a course, a digital course, an information product that gives you revenue, even when you're not, trading time for money. And I learned that. And then it was like, okay, it wasn't about anymore like leaving that job. You need that pain. You need that, you need that feeling about I'm wrong here. I must go. Okay, make it a must. That was like, because it was really frustrating me at all levels, right? Dress code, commuting to work, having people in the team that you don't like, because at work you also work with people that you don't like if your boss wants you to. And if you don't like your boss, it's even harder, right? But at the same time, it cannot only be driven by this negativity, but because that will eat you up, right? That will not make you a good life and a good human being. But I was lacking fulfillment. I was lacking sense and a purpose. It was like so empty. And I said to Katja that one night, I was like, if I look back in 10 years from now, do I want to have another 10 years of corporate job and doing something that's not fulfilling me while making great money and going to Florida and travel around, but still have to go back, right? Ultimate success without fulfillment is ultimate failure, as Tony says. But I was feeling that, and I was like, I need to do something different. So that was how bad I wanted that. And that gave me the guts, I would say, right? To the bravery to say, okay, I'm going to burn the boats. I'm going to do that, even though I don't know how, but I know that I want it. I know how the ultimate, dream day is going to look like for Katja and me. And that gave me the drive to actually do that. So that was how bad I wanted it.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I think it was a great decision. And we, out of the 500 multimillionaires that we have interviewed in this podcast, we have lots of them that have been from your path, that they took the decision to leave corporate and start their own business. From this space, we support entrepreneurship. And here's the thing, right? When it comes to corporate, they make you very comfortable, right? But you have to be very good in order to claim the corporate ladder. You have to be very good in what you call it in a specific role. So you have to know a lot about something specific. Yeah. When you are in business, it's completely different. Yeah. You need to know a little bit of everything. Yeah. In the business, you cannot say it's not my job. In corporate, you can say, I'm sorry, this is not my job. This job is somebody else. When you run your own business, there is no such a thing, especially if it's a small business. Not such a thing. This is not my job, not even for you, for your team around, right? So the whole dynamic changed. However, the dark side of the corporate is that the day that they don't need you anymore, they will tell you, okay, we don't need you. And now we are getting to certain age, and now we only know one specific thing. And if a certain company are not interested in getting in an experienced guy that knows a specific thing, because now they're doing with AI or they're doing with your people, the whatever, that's it. You're outdated.
Exactly.
You're out of the game. You for being comfortable, you can wake up one day and have nothing, and then this big mansion, this Ferrari, whatever you bought,
all gone,
will fade away because you don't have the skill set to to maintain, nobody will hire you. It's very specific. Where an entrepreneur is an entrepreneur, if I want a job, yeah, I'm thinking if I wanted a job, I don't know even what to apply because I can find a marketing job, I can find an advertising job, I can find a sales job, I can find a product development job. I have so many opportunities to find a job if I really wanted one that I don't even know what to apply.
Exactly.
After 17 years of being an entrepreneur. So, but also, Renee, you said something really important, which is the people that you want to surround around and the energy and the fulfillment. I think that when you can create your own space, it doesn't matter how much money you make, it doesn't really matter. However, if you have a space where your team is amazing and your clients are amazing because you choose your clients, and it's an amazing way to be in a space where everyone is positive, when everyone is bring a contribution to your life. Yeah.
Exactly.
For example, so I hang around with people that I like, and that's it. My clients are people also that I like, and the people that work for me, there are people that I like. And you surround you because it's frustrated to spend, like you said, 8 hours working, and then you're working with people that you don't like, but even worse, that they have this negative energy. They're always complaining about everything, moaning and complaining. Now this negative energy, because you are on the space, it comes to you. Now have an impact. Now you come to your house and you argue with your wife, and why am I arguing? My wife's not even yourself. Is the energy that you pick up somebody at work that you don't want to be there. You just need to be there because it's part of the context. So,
Exactly.
so design your life on your own terms, I think, is the biggest ultimate goal of every human being. And I always talk about uh, what we call it a millionaire lifestyle, yeah, which is also is even better to have a million in the bank account. Yeah, let me explain you why. Because for me, for example, yeah, this is how it operates. Uh, Time for me is precious.
Exactly.
Time is precious, and I like to walk. I like to walk, to wake up, to work with my girlfriend. Lately, she's also an international speaker and she owns a book publishing company. We wake up and we walk, and in the mornings or in the afternoons or whatever we have a chance. But we walk until we want to walk. We don't have a certain time. Yeah, and I remember in London there is in Hyde Park there is a boat that pedaling. Yeah, in the pond there in Hyde Park, and sometimes I always say to Lily, okay, let's go to our office. So we go to this boat and we make all the phone calls from the boat in Hyde Park, which is priceless. This is amazing. You know how. So
Exactly.
you can create that for you if you want. So these type of things will give you fulfillment and will give you something that basically you don't that millions in the bank account really is not gonna make such a fulfillment in your life, as well as creating your own life on your own terms, because this is for
Exactly.
me the real millionaire lifestyle.
Exactly.
So honestly, how much money do we really need? And and I'm thinking if I have 100 million in my bank account, I probably would be doing the same thing. I probably
Exactly.
would do the same podcast, speaking with my team. Let's do this. It's gonna because
Exactly.
that gives me fulfillment. I think that what we do here, and thanks to you for coming here,
Thank
is
you.
we are in a space that we're a contribution for others, right?
Yeah.
Somebody may be
It's
listening this podcast and could be, sad and frustrated in the corporate job,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
probably this conversation might change their life forever. And maybe you and I will never meet this person, but we know that we're putting something with good energy on the space,
Exactly.
transform the life of people. So,
Exactly.
because for me, real fulfillment is not having the money in your bank account, but make an impact and transform the life of other people. So, have you experienced something like this, and how do you feel? Yeah, with your new life. I know there's a lot of challenges because I know that now you have a business, so you have to learn a lot of new things. I know that being an entrepreneur, a business coach, right, is challenging. You have to find the clients, you have to help the clients. Uh, you are like the newbie in town, so a lot of people, business coaches with more experience doing this. How you navigate these all these adversities, and how you feel living in your life on your own terms?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Harry. So there's a lot that went on in my head, but let me briefly, touch these points, especially for everybody who's thinking about doing that and feeling, fearful of doing it or asking too many questions like, how is this going to work and how is that? Deep down, everybody knows that you need pain and challenges and problems. You need them to grow, to feel good. If you have just sit in your day in being comfortable, you get pretty bored pretty soon, and that's not good for the mind, for the brain, for the heart, for the soul. And I remember when you said, how was life? It's like when you go into a plane, right? On the left side, first class, right side, economy. The moment when I quit my job and had my first week, being in my little business ownership type of thing here at home, that felt like going like the left side to first class. And then you don't ever want to go back, because all of a sudden you notice how freaking green the grass is on the other side if you are meant to be that, right? So talking about location freedom, time freedom, freedom who to work with, when to work, how much to work. And honestly, even though it's a super worn out expression, doing what you love and you never work a day in your life again, you just said it. It's like you can work from everywhere, and because it doesn't feel like work, it feels like a calling, what you are meant to do. And for me, it's the best example is one of my old CEOs. Okay, he was challenging, to say the least. But my worst fear was coming to the office Monday morning and accidentally being in the elevator with him to the and being in this very uncomfortable situation with negative energy and being dependent and all these things. Now, and opening the email, the Outlook, and listening on the voicemail, all these corporate kind of things where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have that, right? Let's be another Sunday. And in my business, in my business coaching business, it's because I select who I work with, and these energies attract, right? I will not attract people who think, oh, that Baratella guy is kind of, I don't want to work with them. I attract the people who think, oh, that's, I want to talk to him, right? And then it's like it's almost like friendship, because it's a very personal and deep level if you want to help somebody monetize their knowledge, because you have to have very, very personal information and insights to help these people. Usually all of my clients have been in other classes before. They paid, globally working big shots, big guys, and they're failing. Why? Because they don't have the support on a level where they actually get down to the things that really matter, because they feel afraid of saying, I failed. I don't know how to do that. I'm overwhelmed. They just see all the flashy people saying, oh, it's working, but actually it's not. If everybody had success, there wouldn't be such a big market in this business industry, right? And you mentioned that. So I made it my own mission to show up differently, and to show up as somebody who cares and is not only interested before people pay, in sales and marketing, but actually, hey, now that you paid me, I want to kind of like earn, make sure that you really know what you paid for, and you paid me for a single reason: making money online with your knowledge, right? Not having a course, not having a funnel, not having another challenge or a 3-day event where you don't make money. You pay me to make money and increase your impact and feel good about it. That's what I help my clients with. And this, to come back to your question, that gives me the positive fulfillment and the peace and joy. Because honestly, if you're a business owner, not the entire day is joyful. But if you give it another meaning and you make sure to align whatever you do and say and think and who you surround yourself with and what you do for other people, and you find joy in helping other people, if you find joy overcoming obstacles and really become the department leader of each door, right? Because you're the solopreneur and you're the marketing department leader and product management, you name it, right? And if you find joy in this, because you know this is what it takes to keep you in this space and make you grow and contribute to others, I think then it comes full circle.
I think, Rene, this when we're talking about fulfillment, yeah, I think that sometimes in London, not often, yeah, but sometimes I have meetings and I have to take the metro. I live in the center in London, but sometimes I have to take the metro, and some it's happened quite often that I dress always very colorful, so very difficult to people to miss me. They're like, Harry, this is you, man. I saw you speak at that event, and look, this is my children, this is my family. Man, I did what you said, and now my business is growing. Thank you so much. Let's take a picture. And thank you so much and everything. I'm a little embarrassed, people are looking at me in the metro like, who's this guy? And this guy is so excited. But you know what? When you arrive home, I'm thinking, wow, this is unbelievable. That's something that I say, which I don't remember which events. I don't remember even that I spoke this day, but he does, and he knew what I say. And whatever I say changed his life, transformed his life. And the level of fulfillment that you experience when this happens, yeah. And walking in London, and you see people say, Harry, hello. And I'm like, hello, who's this? And they remember you for a reason. And somehow you have been a great contribution to their life. That level of fulfillment, there is no money that can buy that. I think you get paid with better currency, which is love, appreciation, health, because people are saying you the good energy, you don't get sick, you know what I mean? So it's at the end of the day, this and find what you really love and what you really like, and create your own content. Of course, money is important, and if you have if you have a lot, that would be amazing. But you know what? If you're doing what you love, you don't feel that you're working. Yeah.
Amen.
How many millionaires do you know that die out of a heart attack? Or how many millionaires do you know that they are millionaires? They make the million doing something that they don't like, that they have to wake up and go through this business and deal with maybe people that they don't like, So that energy at the end of the day is chopped. I always say that emotional pain always lead to physical pain, and
absolutely
end up with cancer, with an illness. Yeah. So in your journey, Rene, what do you do? Because business always bring negative emotions. Sometimes you have a bad day, you couldn't find a client, or somebody doesn't pay you, somebody pay you late, or this happen a lot, especially when you start in a business. Yeah. So all this negative emotion comes to you. Yeah. So what do you do to release this negative emotion, to don't accumulate this negative emotion? Because like I shared before, all these negative emotions we accumulated, if we don't do some meditation, some praying, going for a walk, swim, whatever works for you, all this negative emotion turns into physical pain. And then translate to an Indian. Trust me, all the millionaires that I know, they all prefer to give away all the money just for one more day of life. So So
So true.
in your view, so what do you do, Rene, to release the negative emotions so you stay positive all the time? And by the way, because you're an entrepreneur and you manage your own time, you can
Yeah.
do that. When you're in the corporate, even you have a negative emotion, I don't know, because when you come back, you don't want to release negative emotion, you just want to watch Netflix and forget about everything. So, but here you have to deal and make it work. So, what do you do? What strategy do
Yeah.
you
Yeah, that's a good
back
question.
powerful
Thank you.
to come back powerful to a business every day?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. And I think it's super important. Like when I was in corporate, I used to drink and smoke a lot of cigarettes, and that
Wow.
was a downward spiral of negativity, and ultimately lead to sickness and diseases, and broken up relationships. So I don't want to go back there. And what I learned in my business is number one, whenever bad stuff is happening to you, whatever it is, it's make very clear it's never personal, right? No matter if I'm a client, prospect, internet is breaking down in an event, whatever it is, it just happens, right? It's, Bob Ross, the painter, I always think about like funny little clouds sitting in the sky. It's never personal. And the second thing is that helped me a lot because, everyday stuff happens that we don't consider positive and good. There are always challenges and problems and roadblocks coming along the way, and if you see them in a perspective of that is a gift, an opportunity to learn, and you do that so many times, and it becomes your nature. When things go wrong, to immediately snap into this mindset of saying, okay, this is something I need to learn. I want to learn this. I must learn this. If I cannot do it myself, I would ask a mentor. But today with AI around the corner, AI replaces corporate people like that, in the next couple of months. But
Absolutely.
I use AI in my personal life and my business all of the time. And I heavily focus on my business coaching for my clients, teaching them how to use AI effectively and, actually efficiently, because both of these are very important. So, turning these things around, learning from them, these are two big steps for me. And the third one, how to actually, cope with negative influence. Let's put it like that, right? When somebody's not paying you or being a bad client, whatever that is, it's take it back to you. Take ownership, take responsibility, make sure no matter if they think it's not working well or if something is, say I did it. It's your business. It's your responsibility, right? And you might be the only one who is interested in genuinely care that client who's being a pain in the butt, or a technical issue, or a bank that's saying, they are shutting down your Stripe account for whatever reason. Take ownership, make yourself the human being you are required to be, and learn from that, and never play the blame game. The blame game is only going to make it worse. Take ownership and say, okay, I screwed this up, but I'm going to pull myself back out of the swamp again. Okay. And then I feel better. So that would be my approach. That's how I'm handling setbacks and challenges.
And then Rene, this is like how you call it? The sense of responsibility. I remember when I was young, yeah, and I have a job, yeah. I used to go to a lot to a party and drink a lot and have a lot of fun. But you know what? Once my business grew, my first business, we managed to sell 5 million in the property space. Guess what? The more the business grew, the less I drink. And
Yeah.
because you have responsibilities, I'm thinking, wow, I cannot be distracted. I'm responsible for so many people. Hundreds of people depends, or hundreds of people will go and sleep in one bed that I provide, and the heat that I provide, that my business provide, and I had to make sure that everything is there so they can sleep comfortable. And we're talking about big operations, a lot
Exactly.
of rooms, a lot of. So I'm thinking that people, and then I'm going out and I'm saying that I said, look, I just everybody, even my managers, sometimes I tell them, I used to tell them that I like to dance salsa, so I used to tell my managers, the guys, okay. if you meet the goals for the company, I'll take you, all of you, to dance salsa. Yeah, and they were always, they loved that. Yeah, but I remember taking the girls to the managers and everything to dance salsa and, to celebrate that they achieved the goals of the company. I remember me drinking water. They all having fun and everything, but I'm thinking, I cannot get distracted because tomorrow I have to wake up and I have a business to run. I'm responsible also for the girls because the
Yeah.
salary for the guys have to be there also. So
Yeah.
have to be the money for the employees, have to be the money for the landlords, have to be uh, the bills, everything paid, so
Yeah.
the tenants have the best experience, and it's a
Yeah.
lot of responsibility. So I think that being in business make me a huge favor in my health in that space regarding the thing. However, like I said, at the beginning, when so much stress, yeah, I uh, I develop because I didn't know better. Yeah, I developed a habit, a very bad habit to work in the morning, work, and then in the late in the evening is what I will eat because I was one day only I have time. I was so immersed in the business that I'm even forgetting to eat. Yeah, and of course this is not healthy. Yeah, I'm still a bit chubby because of this, but working on the case. So the point of the story is that when you are at peace with yourself, when you're at peace with your clients, when you're at peace with who you are, when you don't have to demonstrate anything or to prove anything to anybody anymore. You see?
Yeah.
And I think that when you are from this space, right, this sense of peace, this sense of fulfillment is gonna get you faster wherever your goal might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, sometimes people come with projects every day. Honestly, Harry, let's do this, let's do that, and sometimes I look at it and I say, well, is I don't think that I want to put so much energy on that. I prefer to go for a walk. I earn it. I love it. And if I get involved in this project, yeah, I might have a couple of million more in the bank account, but my time for working is gonna be restricted because of that. I don't want to live my life like this. I don't have to. Yeah, and so sometimes you decide who you are, what life you want to be, what do you want to create your time to make a bigger impact. Yeah. So again, that's why I'm so happy that you're here because we put in an energy out there for everyone that is in corporate, right? To say like there is a second chance, and you can contact René if you need some support and encouragement. Actually, if you're in corporate and you're thinking to start your own business and monetize your knowledge, who better than René that been there and done it to help you to do that? Yeah.
Thank you.
I always believe everybody's an expert in something. Yeah, every single
Exactly.
is an expert in something.
Exactly.
If they can develop they can monetize the knowledge, they can monetize the expertise of what they know.
Exactly.
Out of that business, they can have a different lifestyle that bring them more happiness and more fulfillment. Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe if I can add something really valuable, I learned that along the way, and I wish I knew that before. So it's kind of like a free, life lesson from the transition. It was, and I had no idea until I quit my job. I found out that what I was really good at and what made me a lot of money did not fulfill me. And this sounds so simple now, but everybody has something they are passionate about. And, you have to practice it because practice makes perfect. But if you reflect, whoever watches this, right? If you sit down what you're really good at and what fulfills you, draw two circles, what you're really good at, what fulfills you, that should be your passion coaching business, your knowledge business, right? Usually that is not what you're doing right now that you're really good at, that makes you money. But if you invest time, and it costs you nothing but your time, getting better at things that you love, you will super fast doing that. And then then there's some magic that happens, because that will make you money. Okay. That you're good at that. You love it. And that will make you money, because people will see you what they refer to as charismatic, because you just know, you have that certainty that you're good at that shit. Oh, sorry for the, you have to beep that out. Sorry for that, because then it makes sense. But too many people stay in that comfortable zone of, I make money from this skill I'm really good at, because you have done it for the last 20, 30, 40 years. But you found out, oh, it's not making me happy, right? I use the money as a band-aid and the 1 week vacation, with all costs, and then it's not working out. So if you really focus on, sit down, coming back to clarity, write that circle, what I'm good at, what I'm passionate about, what I love doing, what maybe have I helped somebody else with, what have people asked me for. And if all these things, combine in one place, then it's like, that's where your knowledge, expertise, business is all about. And if I can help somebody reach that, come one step closer, I'd be more than happy to.
That's fantastic, René. So if someone is in love with our conversation and wants to learn more about you, how can they find you? How the process work?
Okay, it's pretty simple. They just check my name, René Baratella, or go on my Linktree. And check me out on social media, because I think there's only one René Baratella on the entire planet. Thank you to my mom and my papa. They picked that name. And the process is like that. Usually, if they all also feel close to me, then we just jump on a call, or we talk, or we message, whatever is most comfortable, right? I'm the writing guy, but other people like to be on the phone. Somebody might even say, hey, René, do you have proof of work? Do you have testimonies that you can share with me? And other people will be like, okay, give me something up front. I want to earn the right to make business with you. Then I can give them a free 20-minute masterclass about using AI in your knowledge-based coaching business, and how actually I did it myself. So whatever is best for my community and my clients, I will do, because that fulfills me. We are all servants of our clients. And if you get your fulfillment and your joy from helping somebody else, let them tell you how they like to be approached and what they need from you. So whatever somebody would feel like that, just reach out to me and we have a talk.
Thank you so much, René. And with that note, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable. How brave entrepreneurs like René are working on the path to make the first millions and happy people at the same time. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Follow us for more on charismatic speaking, leadership, exponential business growth, branding, marketing, strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.